You see, in this life, one of the worst things you can do, one of the gravest thing you can do, I use the word gravest as in one of the most seriously harmful things you can do in this life. And it's harmful to your well-being, it's harmful to your human experience, it's a detriment to your human experience, it's a disservice to your human experience. One of the things you can do that correlates to what I've just described is living a life that isn't truly in your authenticity. Because when you live out of your authenticity, you will literally be living a life that isn't meant for you. Like I say, living out of your authenticity is you walking in the wrong direction. And you don't want to do that. You want to walk in the right direction. Right choices for you, right decisions for you, right life path for you, right passion for you, right purpose for you, your alignment. You gotta know what's actually right for you. Don't let others make choices for you. And don't make choices based on what others are doing or thinking or feeling. That has nothing to do with you, literally. You have to be aware that you have to live your life from the inside out. Yes, you can be inspired, but always be, like I say, your own highest counsel. You gotta connect with you first. Have the counsel with you first and within. What do you actually aim to do? What do you actually want to do? What do you actually like? What do you actually love? What is your truth? What are you called towards? Live in that direction. Don't live in a life that isn't truly meant for you. Live a life that's actually in your alignment. Like I say, living in your alignment is the greatest catalyst for your peace. I have a video. Not that is the title. The title is actually your authenticity is the greatest catalyst for your peace. And that's true. Because your peace of mind, heart, body, and soul comes from you living in your truth. No matter what's happening in your life, if you're living in your truth, truly, you'll be okay. Because there's a certain level of peace that comes that cannot be bought. That peace cannot be bought. Your authenticity, living in your authenticity, that kind of peace that you have from living a life in your truth cannot be bought. It's internal, it's innate, it's ingrained. And how do you cultivate a level of peace? It's by living in your authenticity. Don't let others make choices for you, and don't be influenced by choices that others are making. Make your own decisions. Like I said, think for yourself. Have a mind of your own. Think for yourself. And yet I'll be honest, a lot of people in this world, majority of people are followers. And I'm not going to say sheep, but that's essentially what it is. The average person is a follower. There's certain people who are not followers. Naturally, I've never been a follower. Not once in my lifetime. I've just been a natural person who does my own thing and goes my own path. That's my natural truth. But not everyone is that way. If you're in that way, how do you become a person who does their own thing and thinks for themselves so that you don't live a life that isn't your life, but rather live a life that's actually your life to live, right? How do you become that person, that being? It's by listening to your internal calling, your internal voice, your internal right intuition, your internal intelligence. Listen to your own mind, your own thoughts, your own feelings. How do you feel about things? What do you think about things? What do you actually want to do? Listen. You can journal if you want to journal. Right? I'm not really a fan of journaling, honestly. My thoughts, right? I express myself in the way that I want. I don't really. Journaling is great if you want to do that, but personally, it's not really my thing. I've never found it beneficial for me, but everyone is different. Like I said, do your own thing. Find what works for you. You gotta know how to think for yourself and do your own thing. Be exactly who the fuck you are. Be exactly who you are wherever you go. Yes, I understand that in certain environments you have to follow certain codes of conduct and behaviors. That's not what I'm talking about. Context and nuance. Common sense is important here. Context and nuance. Right? What I'm saying is this: in regards to your life and how you live your life, be exactly who you are. Don't place others on a pedestal. Don't place others below you. Like personally, I see everyone as a human being. I don't care who you are. There's no title on earth that can make me put you on any kind of pedestal. That's never been my truth. I never did that ever with anyone. I don't care who you are. It doesn't apply to me. I see everyone as a human being. And where most people go wrong is they place others on a pedestal or place others somewhere above them, which is ridiculous because everyone is a human being, right? So don't place others above you in any way, shape, or form, because that's when you get influenced and you kind of demean yourself. Depreciates viability yourself in a way, and you start following. But when you think for yourself, have a mind of your own, see everyone as a human being, realize that everyone is here to walk their own path and have their own unique human experience, you will not live a life that isn't in your alignment, because you are meant to live your life in your path. Be exactly who you are. Wherever you go in this world, in your human experience, at all times, be who you are. When you live your life that way, you won't have regrets. There was an experiment done. I don't recall the interview or what it was, but I think it's called like a regrets of the dying. There was this woman. You can Google this. I don't recall the exact details, but from memory, one of the biggest regrets people have when you're dying that they have is that they lived a life that wasn't their own. And when you live a life in your authenticity, you will not have that regrets. That's cross off the list, because you're living in your truth. So live in your authenticity every single day. Be exactly who you are. Do what you want to do. Wear what you want to wear. Carry yourself how you want to carry yourself. Think for yourself. Have a mind of it. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have a mind of their own. That is the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. You got to cultivate a mind of your own and think for yourself and be exactly who you are wherever you go in this world. Because why should others be themselves and you shouldn't be yourself? Doesn't make sense. No one is above, no one is below. Everyone is a human being meant to walk their own path. Be exactly who you are. That's it. There is no negotiating, there is no back and forth. Be who you are, because you're a human being meant to live your own human experience like everyone else. Everyone should truly be living in their authenticity. But unfortunately, a lot of people are easily influenced by illusions and fantasies. And then what happens? That's where all this sadness and grief and unhappiness comes from, because people are doing things that isn't in your alignment. And that's greatly unfortunate. Because when you live in your alignment, you're not in that category. Like I said, peace of mind, you have that. You can sleep peacefully at night because you are living in your truth. But also, a lot of the chaos and confusion that comes from doing things that isn't really what you want to be doing goes away. You get rid of confusion, chaos. You get rid of lack of peace, because you live in your truth. Be exactly who you are every single time wherever you go. And you will not have regrets that can come when everyone's going to die someday. That's a fact of life. And when it's time to go, you will know that you lived in your truth. And the benefits of living your authenticity, like I said, peace of mind, heart, body, and soul. And peace is obviously very important. You gotta have peace within, because when you have peace within, that's one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself. And living out of your authenticity is you doing a disservice to your human experience, the soul, the being, the human, the person that you are meant to be in this lifetime. If you live out of your authenticity, you will have failed that person in an immense level. And you don't want to fail your lifetime, because you living in your truth is how you make sure that you're actually doing the things you're meant to be doing. And yes, life isn't perfect. There will always be paths that you may not be sure of. But when you listen to your intuition, your internal calling, you will make the right decision. You cannot go wrong when you listen to your own voice, because you will always do what you're meant to be doing. Even if things don't work out, that's okay. You've walked that path, you've learned the lesson, but you're always on the right path. There's never an error of you being on the wrong path when you listen to your intuition, because you're making your own choices and doing your own thing. No one is making choices for you when you live in your authenticity and listen to your own internal calling. So if you do one thing in your life so that you don't have any regrets, it is to live in your authenticity and be exactly who you are every single day. I hope this helps you in some shape or form. Have a great day.